Weird creatures and monsters always fascinate us. The more bizarre, the better. Just like these sightings caught on camera. These creatures have been the subject of myths and legends, and until now have yet to be proven 100% real. That's where we come with the video today, in which we discuss the top 10 mythical creatures caught on camera. Let's tighten your seat because it spooks you. Let's start with the number 10. 10. Gnomes. Species known to a number of human races believed to originate from Scandinavian gnomes later migrated to the lowlands. Some 1500 years ago, gnomes consisted of a number of different types. The most common is the forest. Know who really comes into contact with man? The garden gnome lives in old gardens and enjoys telling melancholy tales. Gnomes are slightly larger than their woodland brethren, and she was remarkably drab. Clothing house gnomes have the most knowledge of man, often speaking his language, and when sightings of gnomes are reported, it's probably this type of gnome that is seen in this footage. We can see what seems to be a typical garden gnome. You know those tacky garden decorations made of plastic plaster that looked like tiny old men with hats? And it looked pretty ordinary until it started to move and walk behind a bush. The footage is extremely shaky, so initially, it's quite hard to see its movements until it walks behind the bush. 9. The Punchak. Considered to be the most dangerous entity in Malay in Indonesian. Folklore Fata in acts are said to be the spirits of lemon who died during childbirth and are also known as vampiric ghosts. They are active at night and during the day. The Punchak spirit resides inside banana trees. Pontomanek locates their prey by sniffing clothes that are left out to dry, which is the reason Malays refuse to keep their clothes outside at night. They kill their victims by digging their sharp nails into the victim's stomach and devouring their organs. They are described as having pale skin with long hair and dressed in white. They also have long sharp nails and have an awful stench. They usually announce their presence through baby cries. 8. The Banshee. Believed by some to be the spirits of nature or pre-Christian Gallic deities. It is also said to be tasked with the job of warning selected members of ancient Irish families at the time of their death, according to tradition. The Banshee was only said to cry for 4 major families, but this list seems to have been extended due to marriage rarely seen, but heard. Her morning call was often given at night when someone is about to die. In 1437, Scottish King James I is said to have been approached by one such being. There have been numerous reports of the same thing happening to members of the royal court and other high-profile members of Irish society. The quality of her voice ranges from region to region. Some describe it as low and pleasant, which can be used to comfort people or generally just to make them feel good, and others are a mix of the wail of a woman and a moan of an owl, which can hypnotize. Many also take to singing songs to do the work and put power into it without changing the sound. Banshees also appear in places where there is great sorrow and pain. 7. The Werewolf. A werewolf, also known as a lycanthrope wolfman, is a mythological or folkloric human with the ability to shapeshift into a wolf or a combination of wolf and man. Werewolves are said to be created after being placed under a curse or if bitten and scratched by another werewolf. It is said that they stay human most of the time but undergo transformation with the appearance of the full moon. In addition to the natural characteristics inherent to both wolves and humans, werewolves are often attributed to strength and speed. Far beyond those of wolves or men, the werewolf is generally held as a European character, although lore spread through the world in later times. Shapeshifters similar to werewolves are common in tales from all over the world. The clip that you're about to see claims to be footage of an actual werewolf caught on security cameras about you. But all I see is a dark bird that's moving pretty fast and kind of looks like a bear, in all honesty. 6. Cyclops. So there's this creepy legend from Greek mythology about a group of creatures called the Cyclops. They were giant, one-eyed creatures with their single eye set in the middle of their foreheads. There are actually a few different groups of Cyclops in Greek mythology. The Cyclops were known for their strength and size. They lived a rude pastoral life in a distant land, traditionally Sicily, and in the Odyssey. There's a well-known episode where Odysseus escapes death by blinding. The Cyclops polyphemus, but the question remains, are they real? Maybe this footage could shed some light on that. According to reports, this poor child was born without a nose and with a single eye on its forehead. Stories said that the mother was exposed to mercury while she was pregnant. Unfortunately, the baby died soon after. This footage was taken. Are the Cyclops of legend nothing more than mutated people? Let us know what you think in the comments section below. 5. The Wendigo. The legend of the Wendigo stems from North American Algonquin-speaking tribes about a creature called the Wendigo. It's a mythological cannibalistic monster in their spiritual tradition. It's associated with winter and described as either a fearsome beast that stalks and eats humans or a spirit that possesses humans, causing them to turn into cannibals. In a found footage style video posted to YouTube on the channel Slender Truth in 2013, it claims to show a group of boys who are stalked and attacked by a Wendigo in the footage. We see 3 young boys exploring an abandoned house in an unknown rural setting while exploring some kind of monster that seems to peer its head into the house. It has long, slender fingers and a large, grotesque face with deep eyes and a bat-like snout. The footage cuts abruptly, suggesting that this creature attacked the boys. Was this the cannibalistic Wendigo or just a convincing fake? 4. Megalodon. Shot on camera, we see divers studying white sharks. At a certain moment, something that resembles an ordinary shark bursts into the camera, but its color is much darker, and on the back there are strange growths. Of course, Megalodon should be at least 10 times larger than a normal shark, but a strange appearance made. The divers assumed that it was Megan's baby. Did you hear about the flying spaghetti monster? In 2005, physics graduate Bobby Henderson created the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster as a protest against the teaching of intelligent design, a theory that the creation of the universe can be explained by intelligent argument and not natural occurrences of a jellyfish-like creature, which has a striking resemblance to a parody of religion. God has been found living beneath the ocean. This footage was captured by a remote-controlled underwater vehicle and shows a flying spaghetti monster living. 3. Cthulhu. Australia, a small town by the sea, was enveloped in a very dense fog. On this particular day, according to the residents, they had never seen such thick fog. The guy who shot this video claims that he managed to capture the most ancient and terrible monster, Cthulhu, throughout the whole video. We hear a roar coming from the fog. Then a shadow, similar to the tentacle of the Kraken, appears momentarily at the building, which immediately falls with a crash. What was that? Can you explain? 2. Fairy. Well, this is hard to believe. Fairies are mythical beings in folklore that are believed to have magical powers and live in close relationships with humans. They look like miniature creatures with beautiful green clothes and hair. They prefer living underground or in stone heaps. I think you already have an idea of what I'm talking about thanks to this guy's door security cap. We now have proof that fairies aren't a myth. This little fairy was recorded at night flying around in the back of the house. It's so cute. Don't you think fairies can be well-intentioned in personal human affairs like picking teeth under kids' pillows? Sometimes they can be truly mischievous and protective creatures which you wouldn't want to test. I'm guessing this one is just here to collect teeth after all the stories. I've read about bearings. It's hard to believe. They're there to harm you. I'm amazed too. 1. The Bear Lake Monster. Bear Lake Monster myth originally came from Joseph C. Rich's article Folk Forest, then led people to believe that it was a serpent about 18 inches long that moved around the shoreline. Some articles also say that it's a humongous creature that's about 30 feet long and is cream in color. Its head was estimated to be like that of a cow without horns, or a crocodile. It's also believed to be faster than a car. Right. The bear-like monster was recorded in 2011, leaving many people with conflicting emotions. Should they be scared or amazed? The Bear Lake Monster was once reported to jump out of the lake and drag a horse back into the water with its powerful jaws. That's terrifying considering how strong a horse is believed to be. Either way, you should be aware that this monster exists. That's all about today's video. I hope you like it. Please subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for more content like this. Thanks for watching.